In the headlines of VTV News, Vietnam, Romania seek new growth drivers for bilateral relations. Additional 130 kilometers of expressway to be put into operation. And at least 47 people were buried when a landslide struck a remote part of southwestern China on Monday morning.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello to our viewers all over the world. This is VTV News, broadcast live at 8 a.m. local time. You're with me, Lina Phạm. Here's the top news of the hour. State President Võ Văn Thưởng on Monday hosted a reception in Hanoi for Governor of Fukuoka Prefecture, Hattori Setaro, the first leader of a Japanese prefecture to visit Vietnam this year. The Vietnamese state president said the visit contributed to further deepening the comprehensive strategic partnership for peace and prosperity between Vietnam and Japan. Commending the fruitful collaboration between Hanoi and Fukuoka, he expressed his hope for the continued development of new and more effective cooperation programs during the visit. The Japanese governor, for his part, said Fukuoka and Hanoi would discuss the launch of new cooperation programs during his visit. Alongside friendly cooperation activities, Fukuoka has focused on people-to-people exchanges between the two countries, especially fostering exchanges with Vietnamese who are studying and living in the prefecture. Romanian Prime Minister Ion Marcel Ciolacu chaired a warm welcome ceremony in Bucharest on Monday evening Vietnam time for Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, who is on an official visit to Romania. Following the welcoming ceremony, the two prime ministers held talks to discuss numerous important issues regarding the bilateral ties and cooperation.
The Romanian Prime Minister warmly welcomed Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh and the Vietnamese high-ranking delegation, emphasizing that Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh's visit will contribute to promoting political trust and deepening the traditional cooperation between Vietnam and Romania. At the meeting, the two prime ministers agreed that economic trade investment cooperation is a crucial pillar in bilateral relations, affirming the need to implement the EVFTA agreement effectively. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh said that Vietnam is willing to act as a gateway for Romanian products to access the ASEAN market. For his part, Prime Minister Ion Marcel Ciolacu assessed Vietnam as one of Romania's most potential markets in Asia-Pacific. Additionally, he noted that Romania will serve as a bridge to connect Vietnam with Europe as the country is about to join the Schengen area next March. Both sides agreed to boost collaboration in multiple traditional areas, notably new fields such as the circular economy, technology, and digital transformation. After the talks, the two prime ministers witnessed the signing ceremony of 19 cooperation documents between the two countries on economics, culture, and labor. At the meeting with the press, the two prime ministers said that the two nations have reached a consensus on directions to promote multifaceted cooperation.
The long-term tradition of cooperation between the two countries is still well maintained after 75 years. This is an essential premise to promote the bilateral relations in the effective and substantive manner. Both sides want to elevate the mutual cooperation to new heights. The biggest obstacle is the geographical distance between the two countries. But this gap has been narrowed thanks to digital transformation, e-commerce, and modern transportation means.
We have a long history of cooperation and friendship, but I believe that the time has come for the relationship between the two nations to move to a new level. Romania wishes to become a leading partner in bringing Vietnamese goods into the European market. Romania is ready to bolster logistics cooperation with Vietnamese ports. Romania also expects the two-way trade turnover to reach €1 billion in the coming years.
The two prime ministers affirmed that this visit of Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh will further strengthen political trust and create new impetus for the ties for the shared interests of the two nations.
During his official visit to Romania, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh received representatives from the Romania-Vietnam Friendship Association and friendship organizations with Vietnam in Bucharest. The government leaders and his spouse also visited the Technical University of Civil Engineering of Bucharest on this occasion. More in the following.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh expressed his delight to meet representatives of Romanian friendship associations who have made valuable contributions to cultivating the traditional friendship between the two countries. The Prime Minister affirmed that Vietnam always bears in mind Romania's substantial support for Vietnam over the years. Additionally, the government leader suggested Romanian friendship organizations make further efforts to help drive the bilateral relationship practically and effectively. At the meeting, Professor Dr. Pavel Suayan presented the Prime Minister with his book, A Magical Vietnam, as a testament to his special affection for Vietnam and its people.
The principal of the Technical University of Civil Engineering of Bucharest expressed his honor when welcoming Vietnamese Prime Minister, an excellent former student who graduated in 1984. Delivering his speech at the school, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh talked about the fruitful relationship between Vietnam and Romania over nearly 75 years. The Prime Minister affirmed that education and training is a key sector in enhancing cooperative relationship between the two countries. He noted that Romania had so far trained about 4,000 Vietnamese students, with many of them later becoming leading scientists or holding high positions in the Vietnamese party and state. The government leader said he hoped the university would further boost cooperation in training and research with Vietnamese partners.
National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ paid pre-date visits to the families of late top legislators Bùi Bằng Đoàn and Lê Quang Đạo on Monday. He offered incense in tribute to the late top legislators who contributed greatly to the revolutionary cause of the party, people, and National Assembly. The National Assembly Chairman said that promoting the success of the legislature of previous tenures, the 15th National Assembly has made a multitude of innovations that help improve the operation quality and efficiency and receive enthusiastic support and confidence from voters and people nationwide. The top legislator also took the occasion to extend the warmest date greetings to the families of the late parliamentary leaders, expressing his hope that they will continue contributing to the national construction cause as desired by the late leaders. To ensure efficient use of public investment capital and prevent misallocation, it is crucial to strictly implement solutions as outlined in the official dispatch from the Ministry of Finance to ministries, branches, and localities. The dispatch highlights several key requests, including avoiding non-focused allocations and ensuring that capital is only allocated to projects that can be disbursed. Ministries, branches, and localities are specifically instructed to adhere to regulations and carry out detailed allocation. They are also required to establish deadlines for contractor selection procedures and approval of bidding results. Additionally, efforts should be made to expedite the signing of contracts for new projects and bidding packages in 2024. Two component projects of the North-South Expressway, including Diễn Châu - Bãi Vọt and Cam Lâm - Vĩnh Hảo sections covering nearly 130 kilometers, will be put into operation in second quarter of this year. Both of these projects segments are invested in the form of public-private partnership. The construction progress has been accelerated to ensure the project is completed on schedule.
The Xuân Dương Bridge bidding package is one of the key factors deciding the implementation of the Diễn Châu - Bãi Vọt Expressway project. Due to the complex topography and complicated construction, the first bore pile was drilled nearly a year after the start of the construction.
The management board and construction team are working day and night to complete the construction on schedule.
Obstacles in construction materials and size have been resolved. Currently, contractors are maintaining a maximum workforce to meet the schedule.
We are mobilizing more than 350 employees and over 100 locomotives for continuous construction.
We also encourage the workers to accelerate the construction progress, especially when the weather conditions are favorable.
The investors and management board have agreed that resources and manpower should be enhanced for the completion of possible construction sites to make up for delays in the project's early stages.
Site inspections need to be strengthened to speed up the disbursement rate so that contractors can access sufficient financial resources for the project.
To date, among the three component projects under the North-South Expressway Project Phase 1, the Cam Lâm-Nha Trang project segment has been put into operation. Meanwhile, the foundation of Cam Lâm-Vĩnh Hảo and Diễn Châu Bãi Vội project sections will be fulfilled before the Lunar New Year. After the Tet holiday, the road surface will be paved with asphalt to put the project into operation in the second quarter.
Coming up next, northern region faces temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius. And Ta Chai village had dedicated to protect forests. You're watching VTV News. As forecasted by meteorological experts, the northern region of Vietnam is facing severe cold, with temperatures dropping below 10 degrees Celsius. On Monday, cold air, accompanied by strong winds, reached Hanoi, resulting in widespread chilly rain and unfavorable weather conditions. The temperature in Hanoi has fallen to 10 degrees Celsius. Cold air has impacted the majority of the northeastern region, resulting in a significant drop in temperatures and as a sudden shift to cold conditions in many areas. Forecast models predict until this Saturday, a severe and potentially harmful cold spell will envelop the northern region, with temperatures remaining consistently at 10 degrees Celsius or below throughout the day and night. As the Lunar New Year draws near, labor federations at all levels have carried out many activities for union members and workers, with the goal of all union members and workers have Tết. On Monday, the Trade Union of Export Processing and Industrial Zones of Ho Chi Minh City organized the program Festival of Gratitude Tết of Reunion, Bring Tết to Trade Union members and workers. At the festival, more than 6,000 union members and workers were able to buy goods at preferential prices ranging from 5 to 30% compared to market prices at 26 booths with various products. At the Trade Union Tết Market at the Vietnam Soviet Friendship Palace of Culture and Labor in Hanoi, workers also had the opportunity to shop essential items at prices reduced by 10 to 50%. This discount is supported by the Hanoi Labor Federation to offset the cost of products sold to workers. The Federation also distributed 7,800 shopping vouchers to union members and workers. This year, the Vietnam General Confederation of Labor also organized a Tết Market on the e-commerce platform to serve workers nationwide with 300,000 gift vouchers and 210,000 purchases distributed. The number of Vietnamese people working without legal documents in foreign countries have been rising in recent years. Undocumented workers must live underground and keep a low profile to avoid being arrested and deported. Despite many risks, many Vietnamese are willing to spend a lot of money to seek jobs unlawfully in Europe. Our report from Germany, one of the countries with the largest number of overseas Vietnamese.
The number of people seeking jobs in Germany have been rising. Many job seekers wanted to remain anonymous online, while others called themselves unclothed.
Unclothed is a slang word used by Vietnamese undocumented workers. There are no statistics about the number of Vietnamese illegal workers in Europe. In fact, many people prefer seeking jobs on social networking sites. In recent years, undocumented Vietnamese workers have been facing many difficulties seeking jobs in Europe. In this Facebook group, which has more than 70,000 workers, new contents looking for jobs are posted daily.
Hiring undocumented Vietnamese workers is cost-saving for employers in Germany. However, as German police take tough actions on illegal immigration, undocumented job seekers may find it hard to get employed. Employers who hire undocumented workers can face fines of up to tens of thousands of euros.
Meanwhile, many people who have worked illegally in Germany for many years are now aware of the risk of illegal immigration.
Making a living in Germany is not easy. Many Vietnamese people are now unemployed. I have to work very hard as I'm an undocumented worker. Previously, I had to work 14 to 16 hours per day.
As European countries tighten immigration laws, local police have intensified inspections to detect illegal migrants, increasing undocumented immigrants' risks of punishment and deportation.
I recommend Vietnamese people do not seek to work illegal abroad, as there are so many risks. The death of 39 Vietnamese migrants in a lorry trailer sets is a real warning sign to be careful. An undocumented worker is not allowed to buy health insurance and must keep a low profile to avoid being arrested.
In recent years, ethnic people in mountainous areas have made joint efforts to implement forest protection models with the aim of preserving the lung of human beings. Join us in a trip to Ta Chai village, Ta Phin Kamin, Lao Cai province to discover how locals have protected forests and brought a new face to their homeland.
Every week, head of Ta Chai village, Li Fuqiu, visits a local protected forest to check whether assigned people fulfill their mission or not. He is the leader of a forest protection team which was established in 2015. Each member is ordered to patrol the forest, keep the roads clean and protect medicinal plants on routine trips of at least 1 or 2 times per month. Thanks to this model, locals' awareness has increased on forest conservation.
In the past, local residents often cut down trees in the forest for farming. But now, they are required to preserve protective forests to prevent damage from flooding. They are now much more aware of environmental protection.
Our team includes 8 members. We have made efforts to protect local forests round the clock. Forest trees are now growing better, and no deforestation has occurred. I encouraged people to protect the forests and hold a monthly meeting to raise their awareness.
Chiu visited each household to persuade villagers to sign an agreement to protect local forests.
We support his initiative to protect the forests, so we signed the agreement with him. We committed to following the regulations.
More than 92% of the total population of Ta Phin commune are ethnic groups. Ethnic people's joint efforts to protect forests have yielded good results, thereby improving locals' living standards.
When a wildfire or forest overexploitation occurs, we will report to the village head. He will ask local authorities for help. Local residents must follow the regulations about forest protection and development.
Thanks to joint efforts, our forests in Ta Phin commune are growing very well.
Thanks to joint efforts by local residents, Ta Chai has set a good example for other villages in Sabah town, as it succeeds in implementing the forest protection model effectively.
Hundreds of children attended the traditional Tết painting festival in Ho Chi Minh City on Sunday. This marks the fifth consecutive year of the contest, providing children with an opportunity to showcase their creative passion for Tết and spring. The theme for this year's contest is Tết, a terrain decoration with a focus on a love-filled spring and Tết. The event not only encourages children's creativity but also serves as a reminder of the traditional Tết holiday through their drawings. Contestants are divided into 3 age groups: 4 to 6 years old, 7 to 9 years old, and 10 years old or older. Historical animation has gained popularity among the public due to its high quality and ability to educate and raise awareness. Some animations attract millions of views on social media, and a few have won the Golden Lotus Award for Best Animation. These achievements demonstrate that Vietnam's history can be an inspiring choice for creative production. This serves as strong encouragement for aspiring animators.
This is an excerpt from the animated series titled Boy Who Raises the Red Flag. The animation has been highly received and has garnered much praise. Many viewers have expressed feelings of pride, suspense, nostalgia, and compassion while watching the series.
We have to stay creative to be able to align with the preferences of this young generation.
The Gong of Nua Mountain is part of a series of historical animations released by Vietnam Animation Studio in 2024. The film presents an artistic interpretation of Ba Chieu, a renowned female general, and her uprising against invaders, showcasing the indomitable spirit of Vietnamese women. The film also left a lasting impression with its powerful performances.
We have made storytelling more entertaining by introducing enjoyable characters. This way, the audience can feel drawn to an animated work.
Vietnam's history has been a source of inspiration for many creators. However, most of them focus on the later stages of production, whereas the works need to establish a presence in mainstream media.
Conventional distribution channels are important in filmmaking. Japan has done a splendid job in this regard. They promote their culture and major events through animation.
Creating favorable conditions for the production and distribution of animation has the potential to bring more history-inspired works into the mainstream and enrich the cultural archives of the nation.
Coming up next, at least 47 people were buried when a landslide struck a remote part of southwestern China. And European manufacturers and retailers face chaotic period in Red Sea. At least 47 people were buried when a landslide struck a remote and mountainous part of southwestern China on Monday morning, local authorities said. The landslide occurred at 5:51 a.m. in Langshui village, Zhenxiang County in Yunnan's Jiaotong City. According to state broadcaster CCTV, around 18 households were completely buried. 2 people were confirmed dead. More than 500 people were safely evacuated from the area. China has mobilized nearly 1,000 rescuers and nearly 200 vehicles to the site. However, the search and rescue operation faces difficulty due to heavy snowfall. Chinese President Xi Jinping prompted rescue efforts to minimize casualties. There was no immediate official explanation for what may have caused the landslide. Attacks on shipping in the Red Sea have caused chaos for Europe's manufacturers and retailers as supply chains are once again in a state of instability. Nearly all container ships have been rerouted away from the Suez Canal towards the longer route around the Cape of Good Hope. The shift mainly affects sailing between Asia and Europe, adding to up to 2 weeks to the normal 35-day trip and creating long gaps between limiting the arrivals of vessels in European ports. Production lines of some car manufacturers such as Tesla, Volvo, and Suzuki have been suspended due to delayed arrivals of components. According to Jeep and Peugeot owner Stellantis, the delays have pushed up shipping costs further for car makers. In retail, Pepco Group, which owns the Poland discount chain and operates nearly 3,500 clothing-focused discount stores across Europe, warned that the situation was leading to higher freight costs and slower deliveries. The ocean may be home to far more new species than scientists imagined. That's the view of scientists leading the largest quest to discover marine life ever attempted. The Nippon Foundation Nekton Ocean Census Alliance has set itself an audacious goal of finding and protecting up to 100,000 new ocean species in the next decade.
International marine scientists have discovered dozens of new species in just a 3-week research expedition. Samples from the expedition are being examined by a team of expert taxonomists. Once complete, the team believes they'll end up with dozens of species, new to science, being formally added to the so-called tree of life.
What surprised me most about this expedition was that out of nowhere, in a marina, a research group was created with experts from all over the place with the means to explore the bathyscaphe, with divers, and laboratories with the latest technology, to be able to work on specimens in real time. I think that this model, if it could be extrapolated to other parts of the planet, would help to advance much faster in the inventory of species.
If the scientists' hypothesis is correct and the ocean does indeed contain many more undiscovered species than previously imagined, the next decade will be critical in gathering knowledge, before global warming and overfishing destroy entire marine ecosystems.
There's real urgency to do much more of this kind of work, to really boost the whole science of marine taxonomy. That's the science of discovering and describing new species. It's something which has fallen by the wayside over recent decades, and I think now that we're seeing extinctions happen in the ocean, potentially, and certainly many species being pushed towards extinction.
How each species behaves, lives, moves and reproduces deepens people's understanding of how the ocean works to support all life on Earth. From providing food and nutrients for the food web to potential groundbreaking advances in understanding the carbon cycling in which each tiny creature plays a unique role.
And now let's take a look at the weather forecast. And that's it for this edition of VTV News. Thank you very much for watching. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or tune in our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4Go. See you again at 3 p.m. local time. Goodbye for now.